Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome back to another WarCraft 3 audio commentary, and once again we're going to be covering up a game featuring Humonster. So this map is going to be Turtle Rock. It's going to be an opposite spawn. On the 5 o'clock position we have a yellow orc player known as Mannerhack. He will be going up against the silver, or rather grey, human player known as Humonster, and it's going to be an opposite spawn, Turtle Rock, and let's see how this game comes out. We're gonna speed up a bit until the heroes are out. Nothing too very special to discuss at this point, as we see Humonster going for his open-ended base. The orc player seems to be going for some scouting, and okay, that's one thing which we did not see. Orc player went for a Farseer, the second best choice for the orc player, and let's see how this game turns out. This map is pretty good for a Farseer. That's one thing I can tell you by experience, and yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of pros would tell you that. I'll give you a lot of reasons as well. The human player going for the creeping at the orange camp. Orc player is done creeping at this green one. Now the orc player going for the harassment, pushing towards the human player's base. He did scout out using the peon, which I was referring to earlier. Orc player went for the scouting, and human player, it did not. Orc player now heading towards the human player's green camp. Human player is going to be creeping it out. No, gonna back out a bit, and going to go after the orc player's Farseer. He definitely needs to kill off the feral spirits, the spirit wolves. The spirit wolves are really good at picking off workers. The human player's economy will be affected in case he does not deal with them soon, and gets that arcane tower set up where he needs to. He has a nice little passageway set up, nicely built a human base. I like the way he has built it. You have that little passage to go inside and come out anytime you want to. It's also good for defense. It's a nice tactical placement, and the orc player going for the creeping at this green camp with 2 grunts and the feral spirits. He may choose to go for a orange one soon enough, and maybe he won't need to. Farseer reaching level 2. He's probably going to go for chain lightning and going to go for a more harassed style attack over the human player. He doesn't actually have a lot of mana. I think he'll be able to cast one lightning, chain lightning, and here comes the human player's militiaman going right after the Farseer. Farseer is run. There goes the chain lightning, and the peasants are basically, one of them actually went down, and the other ones are down to lower hit points as the attack bounces off them. Human player placing the blacksmith at the back end of the base, a place where the orc player was less likely to scout as this battle goes on. And what's going on over here? The orc player building a speeding launch and upgrading to tier 2, checking up. He's gonna be forced to back out a bit, and he can still maintain the pressure, still keep it up. He's gonna cloak that Farseer. I guess he's gonna leave it behind over there to heal a bit, and okay, maybe he's simply backing out at this point. He may want to go for some creeping at this point. His stronghold is ready, and he's gonna go for TC, Torrent Chieftain, as the second hero. Torrent Chieftain and Farseer hero against a human player, and yeah, that will be really interesting to see, as the feral spirit, the spirit wolf, attacking that lone peasant. Peasant was saved in time, as I think it ran out of the cooldown. I'm not exactly sure. I think it got killed. I wasn't exactly paying attention at there. So what we are going to go for this merchant camp. The merchant camp on this merchant camp will hold key information, as the Ogre Magi will be dropping that very necessary sentry ward, watcher ward rather. The watcher ward will be there throughout the game, and it will be very key. It'll be giving the player controlling it a lot of very tactical information at throughout the game basically. Yeah, this water ward. Human player should definitely try to go for it. At this point I wouldn't say the human player should attack the orc player. He can definitely do some sort of harassment, which he is going for right now. I'm not exactly sure if he can take out the burrows. He's going after the peon, the smarter choice. And one peon down, he reached a level 3. He's going to spawn those level 2 elementals, and I believe level 2 elementals would be compensating for the lesser number of footmen that he's having at this point. The MK is spawned, and he's going to go after the burrows now. Level 2 elemental, one of them is out, other one will be out soon enough. If the mana and cooldown comes into play right in time. Here comes the orc player. Orc player going to come from the back, and could have maybe perhaps could have maybe tried to focus down the Archmage, but no, not exactly doing that. Archmage is still kind of freely attacking the orc player's units. He is actually rather focusing back there on the burrow, trying not to lose it. He managed to kill 2 footmen, I believe. One of them is still alive, and the MK coming into the fray right there. And I don't know exactly what happened over there with that peon. That lone peon died. I guess he just sent it out for some scouting. I don't know what he exactly sent it out for. He left it over there to die. So yeah, the human player now going to pass a few items to the Mountain King. Mountain King now having gloves of Uber Strength and the Rings of Protection +2. Pretty good items for early on in the game, I guess. He will probably want to sell it off. Human player has no shop. I don't know why you would not want to have a shop. I guess the harassment early on by the old player was keeping the pressure on him, and I guess he forgot it, or maybe he just was not able to do it. These are Spirit Wolves level 2. They are better than Spirit Wolf level 1 in every way. They deal more damage. And Spirit Wolves level 3 are just amazing. That's one thing I can tell you. They can go invisible, and yeah, they are like 2 walking blade masters. Well, one of them you could compare with a half blade master, I guess. They deal great amount of damage. They have critical strike, and yeah, that's just them. Human player now seems to be wanting to go for an expansion. He is creeping this camp out and may set up the expansion. Turtle Rock. Well, this natural expansion of the Turtle Rock, I mean, it's not the easiest expansion to set up or defend. It's pretty open. It's pretty open from all sides, and human player is now finally going for the creep, which I was talking about. He should get that Watcher Ward, and yeah, human player is going to be having this very, very necessary information throughout the game. And old player coming in. Old player, human player not going for a expansion. He just crept it out. It seems like old player now going for the human player's main. He's going to attack the Arcane Vault, which is just with only just finished construction. We can say that with this peon, peasant rather, standing over there. It's probably gonna get picked off. Human player coming in with those riflemen and casters. He's gonna go after. He's gonna try and focus down something, I guess. And the spirit linking going on over there. Okay, human player went for the stomp ability, Thunderclap. Thunderclap, not one of the best spells I could say, but yeah, definitely useful. Okay, a second Thunderclap. And Orc player's units are actually rather dealing a lot of damage to all of the Orc player's units rather than trying to focus down one of them. Pretty good so far. And human player might want to rebuild his Arcane Vault. Arcane Vault is very, very useful in healing of your units. And human player now choosing to go for this orange camp, the turtle camp. He will be able to creep out this camp rather easily with all of those ranged units, with the spellcasters, the healers, and everything. He's going for rifle casters, as we can see. We don't see any sorceresses yet. Human player, orc player is at 48 Fu. Human player is at 51. Human player is not going to think twice before going into high upkeep. It seems like he doesn't have a second gold mine, anything like that, and he is definitely going for high, not high, low upkeep. That is, he's only going to be gaining 70%. That is not 75, 70% of his whatever gold he's mining. That's pretty bad, and will be affecting him in the long run. Orc player seemed to be okay. It seems like Orc player wanted to maintain that no upkeep, but he also has gone into low upkeep. He's making peons. Okay, peons is what is costing him the low upkeep. Maybe he may choose to kill one of his own units at some point, I guess, because that gold income is very necessary. Even during the midpoint, there is one point when you say, okay, now it's okay that I could leave that advantage behind and go for the low upkeep and lose that 3 gold per second. Human player going for the Orc player's expansion. Orc player going for the human player's main. Now human player wanted to go for a full wall off. Even if he manages to score a full wall off, the spirit wolves will still manage to enter inside the base. And there goes his chain lightning, dealing a massive amount of damage to the Orc player, or to the human player rather. Human player killing off the peons, and I guess he will not have enough time to take out the Great Hall, because if he stays back, his main is going to be wrecked. I mean, he is losing peasants, he is losing them all. He's going to retrain them from the keep, but he needs to back out right away. He needs to be there right now, and only now the Orc player being forced to TP back. Even if the Orc player stayed back, he would have been able to do some damage. Okay, human player actually successfully managing to destroy the expansion. Okay, staying back there was worth it, I could say. He went for 2 upgrades over the 2 attack upgrades for the ranged units, the gunpowder upgrade, and I guess that was exactly what helped him score that expansion point of the Orc player. Orc player, I guess, wanted to go for the expansion again, getting the peon in there, and now Orc player rushing towards the human player once again, and units seemed rather faster. Okay, they are seeming faster because they're under the influence of Endurance Aura 2. The Torrent Chieftain has already reached level 4. I mean, this is one very crucial information which we did not see. Second hero of the human player is still at level 3. He will be reaching level 4 with 1 or 2 unit kills, I guess. TP back to the base. Okay. I mean, he was pretty nearby. The TP actually managed to scare off the Orc player. Orc player now, I guess he could go for some more creeping. Maybe creep right up till a level 5 before going for the main attack. Human player now going for an all-skill assault, it seems like, towards the Orc player's base, and he had something. I believe it was the same thing. He had something which he got from, I don't know, I think it's a Khadgar's pipe. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't remember exactly. It gives you Brilliance Aura basically, so it was useless for the human player since he already had Brilliance Aura and it won't stack. So yeah, human player now going to kill off that lone peon, and that will definitely give him enough experience to go to level. I wouldn't say it was worth wasting a Stormbolt. I guess you could recover the mana while coming back to the base, but definitely that peon was not worth wasting that Stormbolt on. I guess desperate time called for desperate measures. Human player was already under the pressure of the Orc's attack at this location nearby his base, and Orc player forced to go back. Surprisingly, he is not going for the engagement. Orc player is sitting at 49 food. Well, the human player is still at 56. Human player is having the low upkeep, gaining only 7 gold per second. The more the Orc player drags this game, it'll be rather into his favor. He will be having the economy advantage at least, and human player using a nice little thunderclap and damaging all those units, and he managed to kill one of the ethereal spirit walkers, and now human player going for a attack over this expansion point, this red camp. He's going to be able to take this one out rather easily with all those ranged units and that level 2 Stormbolt, and he got a Legion Doom Horn. This one will be useful for him, I guess this is the item. This is exactly the item that the human player would had asked for. It will be definitely be useful in countering the Torrent Chieftain's Endurance Aura, as they are both of them are nearly the same thing. This one increases the attack movement speed and attack rate, and I believe this thing does the same thing, doesn't it? No, I was wrong. This one increases your movement speed and hit point regeneration. Unholy Aura, that's what it does. And human player's MK has 2 Pendant of Energy, and that's like 300 plus mana. This thing, I mean, it has more mana capacity than the Archmage, and you can imagine Archmage being a intelligence type hero, having his primary attribute as the intelligence. MK is having more mana, and the spells that the MK can use, Stormbolt, Thunderclap. I guess that's how he's using that kind of that much Thunderclap. That is, he managed to kill one more Spirit Walker, and at this point, Orc player is kind of hightailing away from the human player. He has his expansion set up. I guess he has a lot of gold as well. He probably should go for some upgrade. He doesn't have a war mill to go for any kind of upgrades. At this point, Orc player definitely needs to make more units. He'll be losing that gold, but yeah, I guess this time is good enough for him, because human player's army is over 50 capacity, and you just look at the damage that those ranged units did to that Farseer. Farseer is Stormbolted, and he's going to be focused down. Oh my, that was great. Stormbolt plus Thunderclap did some great amount of damage to that Farseer. Farseer popping up that push of healing right in the nick of time, and TPing back to the base. Now choosing to go for high upkeep, training those necessary units, as the human player goes for a all-scale assault over the Orc player's expansion. He may manage to take that expansion out again this time, and Orc player rushing towards the human players using the speed scroll. My god, my tongue slips a lot, I know. I guess you guys could bear. I mean, I am pretty sure a lot of you guys like it. I don't know. And killing off those peons. He's going to take out the expansion. He will definitely take out the expansion. And human player now reconstructing his arcane vault, which is going to be destroyed once again. I guess this is the 3rd time it happened. Does the human player have TP? He does have TP. He will destroy that Great Hall once again and TP back to his base. And Orc player definitely does not have enough army at this point to counter this kind of a human army. He can definitely try to snipe them. I wouldn't say that was sniped. It wouldn't be nuke either. He does have a multiple damaging spells like Chain Lightning and your Stomp and Shockwave, but he's not exactly using it all that well at this point. With that amount of AoE damage, you should be able to kite down the human player's army pretty easily, but that's not the situation over here. Human player is having the advantage, only just Orc player getting the better army. 58 food. I do believe he has already exceeded the human player in army. Has he? No, he's not. Human player actually went for 64 food. And there goes a few disenchants. Oh my, and I can't exactly say who's going to get the upper hand over here. We see a lot of thunderclaps being used over here by the human players. MK Archmage sitting at level 5, Elemental level 3 is dealing some massive amount of damage, and the spirit linking coming into play now. Orc player has left the game voluntarily. This is GG. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. That was another game by Humonster from w2arena.net, and yeah, that is all. Z out. Bye bye.